Guys, let's watch this now. Season 1, 2026 theme, gameplay more and dev update. So this is for Season 16.
Hey everyone, I'm Paul, aka Pabro.
And I'm Andre, also known as Medler. Today is October 30th, which is a bit earlier than usual, because we're flying to Worlds soon, and we wanted to film this before we left.
This is our last dev update of the year, and before we get into some of the things you'll see in Season 1 2026, we wanted to thank you all for being on the journey with us this year.
As always, we want to show some love for your passion, for keeping us honest, and for working on this game so
It is as loud as I can, bro. It's legit as loud as I can have it.
worth it. Now, in January, we'll be back to talk more about Season 1, as well as a little bit of what to expect for the rest of 2026 overall.
Remind me to lower
now-
it after.
Let's get into it.
There you
We
go.
learned a lot this year about seasons. Many of you liked what came with the themes, the map art updates, metagames, new champions,
Okay.
and champ updates overall for
Okay, the themes were a fucking failure. I'll just tell you straight up. The themes, like, they were going for, like, certain themes. Did the seasons feel like Noxus, Ionian, and... No, like... Wait, what? It was Noxus? Bro, what is current one? Trials of Twilight, bro. It was Noxus, Spirit Blossom, and now Trials of Twilight. Not gonna lie, those themes fucking sucked, bro. Like, it didn't feel like anything. There wasn't even you didn't even an item. Like, they didn't even add an item to, like, represent it. They like painted Atakan. They painted Atakan pink, called it Ionian. They put a red tint in paint over the map. They called it Noxus season, bro, and they gave us feats of strength. Yeah, bro, my ass, bro, feats of fucking garbage.
But we also saw that if we leaned too hard into a region, it could feel very one note, especially when it comes to skins. And as it turns out, there is too much of a thing like
A
Noxus.
lot of red and black.
Yeah.
So, we'll continue to find the right balance for thematic seasons moving forwards. And speaking of which, it's time to talk about Season 1 of 2026. For this, we wanted a contrast from 2025, with its ancient danger, a darken, and quite a bit of scheming throughout. So next year, we want to kick things off with themes of unity, hope, and justice, with a drop of righteous judgment thrown in there for good measure.
Okay, it was leaked already, we know that.
So, that
Sadly.
means Petrocite, gold, and blue accents on the map, as well as some Demacia-themed
Ooh!
skins, including
That
some
was a cool-
champions accents on the
That's a
map.
cool f***ing Thalia skin, bro. That's a cool as Thalia skin. Why does a mage have a Demacian skin? They would put her in Demacian chamber if they saw her there, bro. Why does a mage have a Demacian skin? They would they put people like Thalia in the camps in Demacia, bro. That's not Queen, that's Thalia.
themed skins, including some champions reimagined as Demacians, with plenty of non-Demacia
Wait, who is this? Already another Morgana skin, really?
skins for some variety.
That also means that the yearly cinematic in January will feature Demacian champions. We're going back to old school Demacia this time, back in time to what some might consider the golden age of Demacia, when it was a beacon of hope.
That's cool, I'm excited for the cinematic. Garen. Hopefully we see in the cinematic Garen doing the hardest combo in the game of Flash Ult.
And a bastion of justice.
Hey, Andre, are we forgetting
Wait, oh yeah, while you're at it, can you make Garen a champion? Thank you.
some?
I don't think so.
You sure?
Yeah, let's keep going. I don't want this to drag on.
Anyway, we have a range of Summoner's Rift changes that the team will talk about in a moment.
Can't wait for
This
those.
year, we'll also talk about some updates to Swift Play. With that, we're going to hand it over to Riot and Step and Freak, who will walk you through
Yes,
some of
GOAT!
the Summoner's Rift changes coming in January.
My god, Riot Freak, the guy that designed the Yorick rework, and you know how much I like that one.
Hey everyone, I'm Riot.
Nice!
And I'm Freak. And we're here to
Goat.
talk to you about the Summoner's Rift gameplay
Goat.
changes coming in January.
Over the last few years, League has been largely about team fighting over neutral objectives, fighting around grubs, dragons, or that vision ward you just placed around grubs or dragons.
And while we know 5v5s make for some of the highest highs, we want to swing back towards a state where more strategies like splitting or sieging are more viable.
So we're making some changes to major neutral objectives, towers, and minions in order to do just
Let's
that.
see what you cooked up.
Additionally, we're making adjustments to roles so everyone has an appropriate impact on the outcome of each game, because right now, some lanes are much better at turning
Support. Jungle. Support again. And support again. Oh,
a
sorry.
winning lane into a winning game.
We also have some delightful improvements, so let's get started.
The first thing you'll notice in January is that the game starts faster. We want to reduce downtime after you load in, so minions and basic jungle camps first spawn 35 seconds earlier than they do today.
Goated. Yes. Amazing change. I fucking hate level 1s, bro. There is no worse feeling in this game than flipping a level 1 and then I'm laning versus, like, I don't know, a Rumble with D-Shield, Cloth Armor, and Refillable Potion, bro. I fucking hate level 1 flips, bro. Thank God this is earlier. They are uninteresting, they are pure luck, there is no strategy, and it requires insane team coordination from people who are probably on fucking TikTok, on Twitter, or just like snapping their fucking ugly girlfriend, bro.
You'll still be able to pull off early invades, but you'll have to be much more decisive when you load in.
We're also making some changes to Vision. It's an incredibly powerful tool in League, but right now it feels monopolized by supports and sometimes by junglers. We want to make effectively warding the map easier to learn for everyone, and give more opportunities and power to wards drops by pushing champions, especially mid and top laners who are side laning later in the game.
So, we're adding Phaelites, locations that grant temporary bonus vision to wards with unique bonus vision areas for each spot. Some Phaelite rings will be available at the beginning of each game, while others reveal themselves when the Elemental Rift transforms, particularly those that would otherwise disrupt early game jungle.
Okay, so on to the
I don't know if that's good. I mean, if both teams can see the Phaelites, that's kinda us, because then you kinda know whether the enemy top laner has warded, for example, on like side. So like the best wards that like high elo gamers drop, like at least when like if it's not fucking blue trinket, are the ones that legit are omega obscure and they just give you the slightest vision of like, I don't know if I can draw this in paint, okay? Like let me draw this in paint. So let's imagine this is like the tier 2 area on the red side with crags. So this is crags, right? So you have like this is red buff. This is red buff. And this is like the another one, this is like the bush, right? This is the bush. So a lot of people will like go and put a word. Oh wait, I didn't finalize it, so it's like this. A lot of people would put a word like here in the bush, and then it makes it super obvious to like play around it, and especially sweep it. So supports will come and sweep it super easily. But in reality, what you wanna do is like there is this wall here in red. I mark it in red. There is this wall here that isn't in the bush. You wanna place the word legit here, so it only sees this. And if you're like pushing here and you see enemies walking and they walk through here, you can react and they won't cleanse it. I mean, like they won't sweep it, and you can still react and just run away. You don't wanna play. You don't wanna just NPC put a bush, put a word in a bush, because putting words in a bush is like the most obvious shit ever, and it's super easy for supports and anyone else to just completely sweep it easily. This was like #1 thing I did as a support challenger when I was going for challenger. I would never ward bushes, bro, almost.
the objectives. Otacon was one of the biggest additions to the Rift this year, and was a pretty cool, unique objective to fight
Please
over.
tell me you removed
That
it.
said, he contributed to objective fatigue, which
Yes.
many of you cited as an issue, and we agreed. We wanted to alleviate this over time. We had removed the second form of Otacon, we removed the second set of grubs, but it really wasn't enough. So, just like Zehen did, we are cutting Otacon out of the game.
Good, fuck
That
him.
includes Blood Roses and the petals with them.
Galen nerf, GG.
Let us know what you think about limited time gameplay.
Okay, I'm kinda sad that they removed the roses, okay? I loved the roses. I absolutely loved the roses. They were cool, they were fun to pick up, and the AD was very nice. I'm kinda sad that they removed them. But removing flowers, kinda sad.
Changes, and if there's something you'd like to see more of.
But back to Otacon, his removal
I wish they kept them.
also means that Baron will go back to his old 20-minute spawn time. Welcome back, King.
Bro, someone called Desperate Nasus, he's on suicide watch.
Additionally, we're making all epic monsters more durable, especially late game dragons as you get closer to Dragon Soul. That should make it so that it's easier for teams on the back foot to contest dragons and other epic monsters.
Okay, making them tankier achieves nothing, bro. There is like, I can name 10 junglers that can solo a dragon at level 4, bro. Like, you need to make dragons, and especially Baron, more dangerous to fight. Atakan was by far the most dangerous objective to fight, because he would shred your armor and MR, AoE of everyone, and he would deal a shit ton of damage. Bro, I can name fucking 20 junglers that can solo dragon level 4 and come back with more HP than they started. Like, come
Or
on.
trade something meaningful on the other side of the map.
They're talking about the late game, even more, bro, even more. I don't think you should be able to solo a dragon this fast. I think dragon should take 2 people at least to like kill, Dragon should apply the buff that whoever he's focusing, you like deal less damage to it. I have no idea how it's a thing. I find it hilarious that basically any AD carry, any jungle can just insta-kill a dragon, bro.
Finally, we're also removing feats of strength from the game. We like that they push teams to progress
Good.
the game and provided goals to rally around, but we think we can
Guys, Season 16 summary. We removed the Season 15. Can we get some W's in the chat? How much of a failure was this season if we removed everything from it? 1 year, everything poof, gone, bro. You're gonna be telling your grandchildren in like fucking 40 years about like, oh yeah, there was a season in League, there was feats of strength and Atakan, and like, yeah, it was like for 1 season, bro, they instantly fucking removed it. Yeah, Season 15 was worst League season ever.
create better game systems that allow for players to have more individual agency over their games. With feats getting the boot, we're adding back some gold rewards for First Blood and First Turret.
Another way we're looking to improve sieging is with a new mechanic called Crystalline Overgrowth, which is kind of like a universal demolish effect. Crystals will build up on towers over several minutes, and when hit, they're consumed to deal an extra burst of damage based on how much buildup has accumulated. This should help enable pushing windows in more situations, even if you're behind or don't have the highest DPS.
That's really good. That's a really good system. Why is it a good system? Because champions that already took towers fast, so like Jax, Sion, like Sion, any demolish character, and like, you know, just like characters like Camille, they had no problem like taking the towers, especially tier 2s, right? But if you played something like a Vayne, like a Zeri Top, or even AP Kaisa, or like a bad split pusher, like I don't know, like an Aatrox or something, you or Briar especially, bro. Like you kind of were homeless against taking towers, and it took too long, right? But now the buff will help them take them fast, and if like a Sion, a Jax, a Camille was left alone with the tower, it was gone anyway. So it's not a buff to them, but it's a buff to like weak split pushers, which I like a lot.
Demolish will be sticking around,
Sadly.
but will be simplified to a good old 3-hit passive.
We love 3-hit passives.
Yes,
Oh my
will
god,
be
thank god it's a free hit passive now. Oh my god, thank
sticking
god.
around, but will be simplified to a good old 3-hit passive.
We love 3-hit passives.
Yes, we do.
Turret plates will now stay on outer turrets permanently and will be added to the inner and inhibitor towers as well. We're doing this to create long-term piecemeal rewards for pushing. No matter what state the turret's in, you're likely to mine some gold by taking aggressive actions.
Bro, holy shit, just like I'm getting a boner, bro. Like we are making Vayne. We are making Vayne a Z-tier character. I love this. Yes! Oh, keep buffing Vayne.
We're not adding more gold to the map with these changes. Instead, we're going to be basically spreading out the current gold for killing a tower and splitting it across.
Oh.
To
Oh, okay, never mind. Boner lost.
facilitate pushing, we're ramping up minion respawn rates in the late game to give more frequent access to sieging turrets. We're also adjusting late game home guards to swiftly take you to your most pushed minion wave in each lane.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
finally, Nexus turrets will respawn with partial health missing. We like that the respawn allows a team to hold their base for a while and not have to worry about getting backdoored by a Twitch, but with a full respawn, it meant that it was honestly incorrect for a sieging team to finish killing the turret sometimes.
Now, for our biggest change for next year, role quests.
What?
When you load into the
This was
game in
leaked.
January, top, bot, and mid lane will now have their own quests that reward unique power, similar to the jungle pet evolutions, and this
Yes! I was kidding. I was kidding, by the way. Remember when I said on stream? Why do
This
supports
shrine was
get free
promised to you.
items? Why do supports get free items? And why do junglers get like a free pet that kills scums for them and heals them? And I was like joking around. When will I get a pet orangutan that like helps me in the rumble matchup? And like an orangutan that just I can throw at the enemy rumble, bro. They listened finally.
support item upgrades.
You'll progress these new quests by killing minions, champions, plates, towers, or epic objectives. All the things you'd normally be doing in a game. You'll progress even faster by doing those in your assigned lane.
Your quest is decided by which role you've been assigned in the lobby, so if you and a friend or a stranger want to change roles, make sure you do an official trade in Champ Select.
One of our goals with these role quests is to buff top and bot carry relative to the other roles, as they're currently the two weakest, and as a result, the quest rewards are going to be comparatively stronger for them. Now, let's get into the rewards which will be granted in a new role quest slot.
That's cool, but you might be like, oh, lane swap killed. Bro, they are just gonna swap in Champ Select, They're just gonna swap in jump select, and then there is nothing you can do. We buffed the ghosting because there is gonna be like a mind game, okay? So let's imagine the matchups are Vayne top versus Ornn, and then on mid lane there is Irelia versus like I don't know, bro. Like what is like a low HP, like low damage mage? Oh, like Irelia versus a Talon, right? They just put like the Irelia swaps with the Ornn in champ select to be top lane, and then the Vayne Talon team doesn't know, and now Vayne is laning versus a fucking Irelia, and Ornn is laning versus a Talon, and there is nothing you can do, bro. There's just gonna be complete 50-50 coin flips, 50-50 coin flips, and there is nothing you can do about it. That's kinda insane.
Historically, top laners haven't always felt like they have the agency over the games that they deserved, even if they won their lane, and that's something we would like to change this season. Upon quest completion, top laners will receive pretty much Summoner Teleport for free on top of the 2 summoners they already
Oh my god. Oh my god, I am such a boner. I am such a boner. I am such a boner. Oh my god, I'm having a boner. I'm having a boner, bro. They love Vayne. They love Vayne, bro. I was fucking around when I said, like, again, I was saying, guys, if there was a champion that could be the most broken, if it could go flash, ghost, teleport, it would be Vayne. And they just did it, bro. They just did it.
chose. Now, if you had taken Teleport in pregame, instead that spell gets a lot stronger, giving a very, very large shield when you use it. In addition to getting a functionally free summoner spell, top laners will also get a bunch of bonus XP up front, more XP from future sources, and an increased level cap.
Now, to mid.
But just for top laners.
More XP from future sources, and an increased level cap.
Guys, invest in range top stocks. Invest in range top stocks. There is no better class in the game that scales better with levels than ranges. This is insane ranges buff because they can go ghost, flash, and they can get a free teleport, and they can get level 20, bro. That's insane. That's absolutely insane, bro.
To mid lane. A huge variety of champions can be played there, so we wanted this reward to be good whether you're mage, assassin, or both like Malphite mid. And upon completing the quest, mid laners will receive a free tier 3 boot upgrade like the ones you could buy with feats, as well as a faster recall.
Rounding it out for new quests in bot lane.
Fight mid. And upon completing the quest, mid laners will receive a free tier 3 boot upgrade like the ones you could buy with feats, as well as a faster recall.
Rounding it out for new quests in bot lane.
That's kinda broken, not gonna lie.
We're gonna lean even harder into the carry
Why are they getting a free fucking attack and recall?
part of the role. So while top laners are getting bonus XP, bot laners are getting a whole bunch of extra gold. When completing their quest, they get a lump sum of gold, increased gold from minion kills, champ kills, and champion assists
What
for
the
the rest
fuck?
of the game. And you might be asking, well then what do I do with all this gold if I hit item cap? Don't worry, the item cap is going up. Your 7th item slot will hold your boots permanently, allowing you to get 6 full legendary items for extra hard late game scaling.
That's for AD carry, that's fucking crazy, bro. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? What for AD carry? I mean, that's kinda good. That's kinda good. Wait.
Jungle and support already have quests and rewards, but we still wanted to take this opportunity to make some changes to them. Jungle is by far the strongest role in the game right now, especially when it comes to early map influence, so we're slightly lowering the speed of early game clears to give lane matchups a little bit more time to
Liar. Lying. You're lying. You're lying.
play out uninterrupted. We're also making it harder for non-junglers to steal objectives by increasing their resists and making Smite deal more damage.
Their role quest is still getting pet upgrades and PvP smite like before, and they're now getting increased gold and XP from large monsters when the quest is done, as well as bonus movement speed in the jungle.
We won't buff them much. Oh, they get more XP and gold for fucking existing. Like they haven't had enough, bro. Like if Kiana and Zed didn't have free items already in 2 seconds into the match, bro. Liar. You said you won't buff them. Like, why do you buff them? Like, you admitted it's the most OP role.
Shout out to Zeus!
Similar to jungle, we think support is already plenty powerful and has a very functional role quest, so we didn't want to directly increase their power. With that in mind, we wanted to give them quality of life oriented upgrades, so we're giving them a new slot exclusively for control wards,
Shout
discounts on
out
control wards,
to Zeus!
and a little bit more gold over time so they can keep pace a little better with the other roles.
Okay, that's fine. I'm glad support didn't get like a massive buff. I'm very happy about that. I'm very, very happy about that.
Overall, we want these quests to represent meaningful power spikes in a way that leans into the unique strengths of each role. This also allows us to delete the lane swap detective mechanic that we added last year to combat pro lane swapping. We'll be keeping a close eye on how quests land, so please let us know your thoughts next year.
But role quests aren't all we have planned to make your champions feel more satisfying.
That
We're gonna
was a
bring back a few
masterfully
items
placed ad at Drututt.
the Rift for each
We're gonna bring back a few items.
class, so give them some shiny new toys, including bringing back a few familiar favorites like Hextech Gunblade.
For example, we're adding the new
Okay, bro, like, Gunblade this, Gunblade that, nobody feels Gunblade besides Akali. Okay, Gunblade champions were Kayle, Akali, and Katarina. Katarina has had her AD ratios basically removed and just be an on-hit character, so it won't work on Katarina. Akali is heavily reliant on stacking magic pen items and
Shout out
getting
to
just a lot of
Zeus.
pen, and that's what she wants to do. And Gunblade is an item you wanna rush. So, if you rush Gunblade, you're not rushing pen, so you're useless. And then Kayle has to go Nashor into Rabadon every game, that's her core. She cannot sword Gunblade anymore. There is no Kleptomancy anymore, so she cannot go Gunblade. So who is gonna go fucking Gunblade, bro? Mordekaiser? Legit, Mordekaiser is just gonna do it? People are really freaking out over Gunblade, but they are forgetting that it got removed because 3 characters built it. And now like 0.
Scepter of Bonking for AP fighters, which will empower your Spellblade Bonk to double your on-hit effects.
That's not the final name, is it?
What?
Which will empower your...
It's like Hextech Gunblade.
For example, we're adding the new Scepter of Bonking for AP fighters, which will empower your Spellblade Bonk to double your on-hit effects.
The double... Who will this work on even?
That's not the final name, is it?
I would like it, but no, we're probably gonna give it something in canon.
I do love bonking. Well, anyway, given none of these names are final, if you're an AD
Gwen just goes Lichbane. Oh, against Diana.
fighter without a good way to get Omnivamp, you can grab Blood Sphere, which will give you some Omnivamp and also ability haste scaling with your AD.
Or
What?
if you play an AD carry who's really good at auto-spacing, you can pick up Snowbow for extra range on takedown, plus damage amp based on how far away you are from your opponents.
Ooh, that's in... Sorry, my voice is dying and my mom told me to not to scream anymore. Who would build this? Extra range and you can space, and you deal the further you are from them. I mean, obviously you think Caitlyn, but who else? If Jhin kills with like abilities, not autos. I guess Kindred Jinx,
A
yeah.
hard look at which subclasses didn't feel like they were getting enough support from the current item system and work to fill those spaces. So we're hoping many champions have at least one of the 9 new items that they can get excited about.
9.
Speaking of which, we're also adding crit damage back to 200%.
Alright, we know that was
20% crit?
a lot to cover. We're excited to hear what you think of all these changes as the new season kicks off.
Not
And in case you're looking
20%
for
crit?
even
Not 20%
more
crit?
details or insights on these changes, make sure to check out the dev blog that's live right now.
That's it from us on the Summoners
There's no way you make it 200% with 25% crit items.
Rift team, and so we'll throw it back to Pabro and Medler, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Okay, let's talk
Bro,
about...
you can't do 200% crit damage without the 20% crit chance on fucking on items. No, you guys are stupid. I'm talking about crit chance. I know they buffed crit damage to 200%, but 200% crit damage with items that give you 25 is just bad. You need 20% crit items.
ranked. This year we've been making improvements to shorten queue times and make your matches more fair through improvements to inting and griefing detection. And, more recently, we ran a test in late September that reduced queue times by 40% at all ranks, in ranked, in EU West and Oceania. We want to double down on that work and make 2026 the best time yet to climb.
Why? Because it makes it so they can make items way more stronger individually rather than having boring statistics.
So next year, we'll be also tackling 2 common frustrations: mismatched teams
And AD carries are just gonna be crazy, bro. Like, this was perfect opportunity. AD carries are already getting more gold from minions from their role quest, so them getting a lot of items should be feasible. I hope they did 20% crit and just failed to mention it, because if it's 25% and AD carries already get more gold on quest completion, that just means it's just gonna be AD carry season, and you can give mid laners tier 3 shoes all you want, you can give top laners level 20, if there is a fucking Jinx dealing 225 crit damage from like gajillion range, and she has like tempo advantage in terms of like 2 items on everyone, it doesn't matter, lol.
and long queues. Something we want to address is visual rank disparity in lobbies as well. When players start their climbs late after a reset, you may see a bronze player in an otherwise gold game, which can feel particularly unfair. When in reality, that player was gold last season, but they haven't gotten back to that rank yet because they've had less time to play. So, we're adding a climb indicator to loading screens when a player's MMR is higher than their visible rank. This will let other players know that you're climbing quickly and your displayed rank hasn't caught up yet.
When you're in a gold lobby and you see a fucking Kassadin with the climbing indicator, with the space cosmic skin, and then a nickname, I miss her, #XDD. Yeah, that's one way to lose motivation instantly.
We're also making changes to how Flex and Solo Duo MMR are calculated. A common pain point is someone who is Silver in Flex and, say, Diamond in Solo Duo just stomping a bunch of games, when in reality they're truly Diamond in both ladders. So this season, if your Solo Duo MMR is much higher than your Flex MMR, the system should bring your Flex rank a lot closer to your Solo Duo one. And that should mean Flex matchups will feel a fair bit more balanced moving forward.
Nobody plays
Next,
Flex, bro.
we're making changes to autofill. The reality of the league is that certain roles are substantially more popular than others, and having an autofill jungler versus a jungle main can feel like an auto loss. This means that quite often people either dodge to avoid it,
No peace, I just got
or
to
hold your lobby hostage
plug my
in
phone.
order to get you to dodge. When nobody likes queue times, this is an awful experience.
So we have a number of changes to make autofill fairer, and to reward you for sticking with the role you're assigned when you do get autofilled. First, if someone on your team is autofilled, the system will try to match autofilled players by role. So an autofilled jungler versus another autofilled jungler, for example. If it can't match by roles, it will then of course fall back and try to ensure the same number of autofilled players on each team. We do know though that even with that balance, autofill games can still feel discouraging when you play your best in a role that you didn't choose. That's why we're adding a new system called Aegis of Valor.
Let's
If
see.
you're autofilled and earn a mastery score of C or greater, the Aegis will trigger. You won't lose any LP on a loss, or you'll earn double LP for a win.
So for those of
Guys, can you guess who is the player with Challenger on every rank and can play any role, basically at a Challenger level, and will have zero issues being out of field? I would even volunteer to be out of field every game, bro. If I get double LP, bro, I could. This is basically biggest buff to Drututt you've ever seen, by the way. Bro, Tyler 1, yeah, that guy, bro, exists, I think. Magi Felix, he's basically a mid laner nowadays. But guess who can play any role, bro? Guess who can play any role easily?
you who may less popular roles and therefore seldom get autofilled, first of all, thanks. We haven't forgotten about you. You'll still occasionally receive the Aegis benefit at about the same rate as other players because we want to reward the role heroes who keep the queue healthy and moving. Finally, we know how frustrating it is to be constantly returned to the queue because you get enchained dodges lobby after lobby. So, we've made a few updates.
First, after a positive response to our pilot test, we're removing the ability to ban a hovered allied champion, taking away an opportunity for a
Sick.
teammate to tilt off the planet before the match even starts. And then second, dodging a lobby will no longer allow players to escape autofill. It'll just get carried over to the next lobby. We think that the Aegis of Valor should provide a solid reward for sticking around and trying. So, I mean, come on, it's double LP for a win, after all. And at Master and above, dodging an autofill will count.
I still think people who get Aegis and get field, they will just troll. But that's only in low elo. In high, I think they won't. In low, I think you guys are in. I think you're fucked, bro. Because if you get XX Kuba 2005 PL on his fucking autofield Yasuo mid, I don't think he gives a fuck about double LP. The fact that he's like, I can just run it down and I will not get any LP loss. I think that's what he cares about. And he will gladly just run at enemy tower 24/7 and there is nothing you can do, bro.
As a full loss.
We know that this is a pretty big change from how we've dealt with dodging in the past, and we believe that this will lead to higher quality and faster games.
Bro, I don't think you guys realize how easy it is to get C rank.
Speaking of speeding things up, we're also speeding up champ select by cutting down on
Bro, you know how easy it is to get C rank? Does it show ranks in here? Have I had a bad game? Bro, in this game I got like B plus, I think. It's really fucking easy.
timers and animations, which should save about half a minute.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, no, I did it.
And if that wasn't enough, we've got one last ranked change. We're adding back duo queue to higher ranks, including Challenger.
I didn't want. I'm happy and sad at the same time, bro. I'm happy and sad at the same time. Because now imagine having to fight, like, now those fucking disgusting cocaine sniffing, hooker ordering LEC bot laners will just duo with each other. F. Well, I can duo a Gurid. Finally. Lovely.
In most regions. For so many people, League is better with friends. And in the past we disabled duoing at Apex tier ranks because it so often led to rank manipulation. But, because of the improvements we mentioned earlier, as well as the ongoing work on boosting and ranked manipulation detection, we're confident that we can bring back high MMR
Yeah, Phantasm and nothing that duoing, GG. We can
duoing without it being so abused.
So, call up your friends. It's duo time.
Switching gears, let's talk about Swift Play. Swift Play is pretty popular, and we think there's a lot of room for further improvement.
Not yet.
And we want Swift Play to be that place where you can get in a quick game.
Oh yeah! I can do a Chaos Stanza!
Where
Wait, you missed? Dodge in Master Plus equals full loss? Wait, did he say that? Is dodging in Master Plus, does it mean you just fully lose a game? Did he actually say that and I missed that? Well, that's a W.
Faster games and serving both new and existing players. So, we're
If you're out of field, oh.
rolling out some changes that should address the overall pacing, touching objectives, laning, and the jungle.
To start with, we're bringing over a lot of the changes to Summoner's Rift generally that were talked about earlier in this video, except for role quests. Now, for Swift Play specific changes though, the first thing we're tackling is game pacing. Swift Play games are actually a bit long, and the general
Madame DMing Chaos Stanza. Did you see the what changes? Time to get rank 1 and rank 2, buddy.
consensus is there isn't quite enough action. So things like long death timers, focusing on CSing in lane, and objective overload all take away from the promise of Swift Play. So we want to get you to the action faster and more often.
Duo
Now, while
Dikic.
some of the Season 1 changes will help address this, you'll also start Swift Play at level 3 with some
Oh, that's
extra
good.
gold
But I don't
similar
give a
to
fuck
Aiming.
about Swift Play.
We're also lowering death timers across the entire game, so you're getting back into the action quicker. And in order to keep the game from stalling out, we look for ways for you to capitalize on the shorter death windows. So we're increasing the minion spawn frequency, putting cannon minions in every wave after the third, and introducing a new mechanic that we're calling Minion Frenzy.
If you kill an enemy champion near your minions, they'll be inspired by your actions. They'll get enraged and attack faster and deal more damage.
What?
We're also going to be making some adjustments to tower durability,
An Elder Dragon will also has been
moving up. Finally, rounding out these changes should make
This is a dance plus.
Hi everyone, I'm Dashi Dodor, product lead, back again to chat about WASD, this time with
the tech lead for WASD. I'm Riot, call me KT.
Now that Worlds is over and we're getting closer to the end of the year, we want to check back in on the wild world of WASD. We've been on the PvE for a few months now, and in that time we've caught and squashed over 100 bugs.
Okay.
All thanks to the feedback we received from all of you creative, maybe a little unhinged PvE players who've been helping us find, identify, and crush all of these pesky bugs. An extra special thanks to the players who are able to re-trigger the notorious new bug. Even beyond bugs, PvE players have been giving us great recommendations and requests.
One Redditor recommended that we add an option to do a single button input to move at a 45-degree angle up and down the lane. It sounded pretty wild at first, but we found through our internal testing that it actually saved a lot of finger pain. So it will be available as an accessibility option for WASD players going forward. Since our debut on the PvE, we've been continuously updating all the different facets of WASD. We've made improvements to navigating around minions, wall sliding, the new dynamic lock camera, and more. One of these features is a new auto attack system for WASD. With practice and dedication, you'll be able to weave attacks and movement, matching the experience in point and click to reach your optimal.
Did someone just say movement? Oh, you're teasing me.
Our goal is to keep WASD as an alternative control scheme at all levels of play, not just for brand new players. We'll be keeping an eye on feedback as well as our internal data to ensure it remains an equitable experience.
I'm not gonna play
We've also been
WSAD.
updating our dynamic locked camera. We've added the highly requested ability to tune the camera speed to your liking. Along with these settings, we heard your feedback on wanting a way to scout ahead, to check for ganks, look at other lanes, and much more.
Is it all
So we've
WSAD?
introduced a new feature appropriately named the Scout Ahead mode. When you're in dynamic locked camera, you can hold your middle mouse button to freely move your camera and you'll snap back on release. These features, along with all the bug fixes, will be available.
Guys, I don't really care about WSAD. I'm not gonna play it, even for maybe for content, bro. Maybe for content I will.
When WASD goes
But I don't think I care.
live tomorrow in all queues except rank.
We know that this was a long one with a lot of info in it. And we'll see you again in January, as mentioned, to talk a bit more about Season 1 and a little bit about the rest of 2026.
Don't forget that Ranked will stay open until the new season, so go finish your climbs, have a happy and safe holiday season,
Jolly!
and we'll see you on the Winter Rift.
Thank you so much.
Bye!
WDev update. Let's see items. Whenever Link's signature hybrid items, Gunblade gives both AP and AD, Spellvamp and Life Steal, and a targeted active dealing damage and slowing the target. Sunrise returns as an attack damage, critical strike chance, and attack speed item. Okay, so it gives AD, crit chance, and attack speed, bro. Effect that deals damage and grants movement speed. Okay, but we know what those items do. I need the numbers. And as it turns out, I have them here. Okay, Eternal Hunger. 60 AD, 5% Omnivamp, and 20% Tenacity. Famine. Gain 11 ability haste, scaling with your total AD. So think of this as like a blood mail, like a late game item to get how's it called? Oh, you said skin spotlights. To get a lot of haste. There are a bunch of fighter builds that don't give you enough haste, so this is like a way to circumvent it. I like this. And tenacity as well, very cool. New crit items. It's 25% crit. Why, Riot? You had a chance. Why? Riot, you had a chance. Riot, you had a chance to go back to 20% crit. Why are you at 25? It is 20, then why does this have 25? Hex Optic C44. 50 AD, 25% crit. Deal up to 10% increased damage with attacks based on how far away the enemy is. Max damage at 700 range. Arcane aim. When a champion that you damage within 3 seconds dies, gain 100% additional attack range for 6 seconds. Well, I'm failing to see characters that would use this besides Jinx. Even Caitlyn would be bad. I don't think it would be good on Caitlyn. I think this is exclusively a Jinx item. I don't think anyone else could use it because you're saying Kog'Maw. Yeah, guys, crit Kog'Maw. That sounds really good, bro. I think this is exclusively a Jinx item. Maybe a new lethality item. Nice, bro. Yeah. What a build buff. Fucking Brutalizers rated Dirk. Brutalizers there, 55 AD, 20 fucking 2 lethality, 15 ability haste. Shaped charge, dealing ability damage to a champion or epic monster deals additional 15 true damage. Oh, okay. Taking down a champion within 3 seconds of damaging them grants sabotage for 90 seconds. While you have sabotage, your next attack against an epic monster or turret deals an additional 840 scaling with lethality true damage over 3 seconds. That's pretty good for split pushing assassins. Nafiri buff, Nafiri top lane buff, W. I like it, good design, it's fucking expensive as fuck. It's omega expensive. I didn't know an assassin item can cost gold, but Riot did it. Like, yeah, it's a pretty good effect, but guys, you gotta realize opportunity gives you like what? 40 AD and 30 lethality for 2.7k. So this is pretty balanced. I like this. I like this. Support items. Tier item. Gain free heal and shield power based on mana. Will you or any ally you have healed or shielded in the last 3 seconds is in combat with champions? Each second heal the lowest nearby ally for 1% of your maximum mana. Another broken enchanter item. Bundle pipes. Slowing or immobilizing an enemy champion grants the buff aura for 8 seconds. The buff aura grants you 20 movement speed while you have the buff aura. Nearby allies, including yourself, gain 30% attack speed. That's pretty cool. I like aura support items. They are very good in concept always. And very cool to, and very satisfying to use. When I was playing support, I had like insane success going Abyssal Mask on Rel. Whenever I had like a mage on AD carry. So I'm glad they are adding this so you can do the same for actual marksman. Not reading echoes, bro. I don't give a fuck. Hex Gunblade. Oh, build path. Vamp Scepter. That's pretty fucking good. Alternate. That's a really fucking powerful build path. That's a really fucking powerful build path. Let me tell you that's one of the best build paths in the game I've ever seen. A Vamp Scepter and an Alternator and an additional Amp Tome, bro. That's an insane build path, bro. You can always recall on something. That's crazy good. build path, and item completion only costs 600 gold. That's really fucking good. 10% life steal, 10% spell bump, shocks the target for 253 damage, and slows them for 25%. Pretty fucking good. The stats are pretty good. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe it will be good on Kayle. We will see. I will need to play with it. Let me see other champions. What could we cook? Briar with a gunblade. Now fucking with you. Maybe Zeri? No, Zeri would be dog shit with it. I'm thinking. Besides like Akali Kayle, I don't think there are items, bro. Nice garbage on Kai'Sa, bro. Maybe on Jax, I guess. Yeah, on Jax it could be good. Nah, hell nah, not Gwen. Oh my god. Dusk and Dawn. What? Is there a single item in the game that has 4 fucking components, bro? Like 4 components to complete it? That's so unique. 300 health, 70 AP, 20 haste, 25% attack speed. After using an ability, your next attack deals 111 bonus magic damage on hit and applies on-hit effects an additional time. Hello, Gwen. Hello, Gwen. Holy Gwen item. Bro, Loki, this is such a goat because every Gwen main is like, it's like you know, like that image with like the 2 black guys. One is on a red card and another one is on a blue card. That's basically Gwen main stalking to go Nashor or Lichbane first. So Riot listened to them and they were like, okay, we're gonna combine both Nashor and Lichbane into one item, so both of you can just shut the fuck up and buy Gwen skins. And this is the item that they created. I think it's just the best Gwen first item now. Yeah. But it's pretty fucking good. I don't know. Oh yeah. Like this is Gwen mains arguing to go Nashor or Lichbane first. So Riot just made both of them. No, this is pretty fucking good on Gwen. I don't think on Echo I mean I guess on. No, it's not good on Echo because Echo wants that Lichbane damage. Like, guys, you give up a lot of damage for this, by the way. The Lichbane proc still deals way more damage than this. I think this is for sure. No, Kayle will go Lichbane. This is like Gwen and Diana, yeah, basically. And Volibear, maybe. Is Sylas passive an on-hit? It's not an on-hit. It doesn't apply twice. It's not an on-hit. It doesn't say. Pretty fucking good, though. Actualizer, 90 AP, 300 mana, 10 haste. For 8 seconds your mana is empowered. Oh, it's an active. While empowered, your spells cost 100% more mana, and bro, they're just adding arena augments into the game. They are legit adding. They are adding arena augments. This is overflow. This is literally overflow. They are legit adding arena augments. This is like third augment they are adding. You gain 18% increased ability damage, shielding and healing, or basic abilities. Cooldowns progress 30% faster. That's pretty fucking good. But yeah, basically, I don't know what items would, like what champions would be in that. Oh, new tank item. Wholesome. Fucking wholesome. Let's see this. 600 health, 15 haste, lifeline. Oh, it's a shield. Taking damage to reduce your health below 4 causes you to gain 200% maximum health for 5 seconds, and heal 400 health over the duration while regenerating health. You gain size, movement speed, and tenacity. Okay, cool, it's pretty cheap. I don't know who would build this, bro, not many characters. If you say Dr. Mundo, I will bite your dick off. You're not building this on Mundo. Interesting. Oh! Essence River rework, Shin is back. Bro, Solar Baka jerking off right now. Solar Baka is... W. Could this mean you can go Essence River Vayne again? I don't know. I don't think so. I think you still wanna go Trinity. But that's pretty fucking good. Shin damage scales with crit, not AD. Oh, that means that Vayne still goes Trinity. Nah, Vayne doesn't build crit. Umbrella Gravelight rework. Horizon Focus revert. Oh my god, thank god. Horizon Focus revert to previous version. That's so good for AP Kai'Sa. She loved that item and then they took it from her. But now it's back, so I'm happy. Adding a spare back to armor HP haste and more haste than old version. Sunder the Sky retuned, okay. Old haste on Zeke's convergence, cool. New version of Giant Slayer and LDR. Hashtag pen nerfed on both LDR and Mortal cheaper. Guys, I'm gonna say something controversial. Giant Slayer is bait and it's fucking useless. People have been crying for a Giant Slayer back on LDR for like years, saying it will fix the issues of ADCs not killing tanks. There is one single scenario I can think in my head where Giant Slayer is good, and that's Dr. Mundo. If you're playing like an AD carry and you're auto-attacking a Mundo, then Giant Slayer is more useful. But if you're attacking quite literally any other fucking character in the game that isn't Dr. Mundo, I would just rather have more stats on LDR than have Giant Slayer. Like, you will lose Pen, but you get Giant Slayer. That's a fucking insane nerf, by the way. That's an insane nerf. Giant Slayer was in the game for so fucking long. Giant Slayer was in the game for so long, and it had a tracker on how much damage it has done. Keep in mind, I play Marksman a lot, and I play Marksman in solo lanes. I have never seen an LDR deal more than 800 damage my entire fucking life. I have never seen the Giant Slayer empower more than 800 damage. And that 5%, God forbid if it's 10%, pen that it will lose, that 5% consistently would deal I'm looking at the 4-7. But yeah, the 5% pen, 10% pen would most of the time deal way more damage over the course of the game on targets you actually wanna murder compared to Giant Slayer. So unlucky, Twitter has won, bro. But yeah, okay. You can buy multiple tier items again. Okay, nobody cares, legit nobody will use this. Besides like meme builds. Oh, I can make like a bait videos with that. Let's see the video. Getting headed, winning at the casino. I'm not clicking. I'm not clicking. What's that? Was that in corner of my review the entire time? Oh my god. I'm dying. I'm still happy. Oh.
Atakan is gone, level 20 cap, 7th item slot. Big changes coming in season 2026. But first, let's start with some speculative data mines. Replay stats are showing 16 champions getting new skins. This data is normally used for mission tracking, so I don't think any of these champions will be getting exalted, mythic, or prestige skins. We've got Ashe, Briar, Caitlyn, Camille, Galio, Jace, Katarina, Lilia, Nautilus, Ornn, Poppy, Samira, Seraphine, Yasuo, Yuumi, and Ziggs.
Akshan found the shot in the head, dead in the Bronx, bro. Holy
Act
shit.
1, which will be the first 4 patches of 2026. And Lilia, I think, should be legendary tier or higher, but I'm not totally confident. Also, the Datamind Silver Shield's currency from September will be related to an upcoming metagame that will be in the client. As for what we'll see on the next PBE, we're going to see some Demacian-themed skins. We'll be seeing them for Nautilus, Taliyah, Cho'Gath, and the Prestige will be for Morgana. Morgana's skin is going to be based on Demacian Stained Glass, while Cho'Gath is going to be on Petricite. That's it for skins, so let's
Kale not getting a skin in Demacia season, by the way.
go on some quick fire changes. Like I said, Atakan.
You missed one item, Fiend Hunter. Oh, this one. You're right. 40% attack speed, 25% crit chance, 4% more gain ultimate ability haste. After casting your ability, your next 3 basic attacks grant 30% and critically strike for 75% of your number critical damage for 8 seconds. If an attack would already critically strike, instead it deals 10% bonus true damage. Oh, that's pretty fucking good for Zeri, yeah, because it just gives her AD. Guys, Vayne goes Hexblade. Vayne goes Hexblade. This is not good for Vayne. This is a Zeri item. That's pretty fucking good. That's probably my favorite Zeal item. That's pretty fucking good. Because Zeri converts attack speed into AD. So she just gets like fucking 50 AD of this item. Very cool.
Is gone. Alongside him, Feats of Strength, First Blood, and First Turret bonus gold is coming back. Baron will be spawning at 20 minutes again. Minions are now going to spawn at 30 seconds into the game. At 40 minutes, a wave will spawn every 25 seconds with 1 less melee minion.
What?
At 30 minutes, minions will spawn every 20 seconds with 1 less caster minion. And base crit damage is 200% again. Now onto a big thing, role quests. You just progress these missions by killing minions, champions, plates, tower, or even epic objectives. and you'll get a special reward based on your roll. AD carries will get a lump sum plus increased gold from minion and champion kills as well as assists. And the biggest thing, they will get a 7th item slot. That 7th slot will automatically hold your boots, so you'll be able to pick up another legendary item or build more components. Mid lane will receive a free tier 3 boot upgrade, as well as an empowered 4-second recall, which will have a cooldown. The tier 3 boots will mostly look similar to how it currently is on live, however some have been tweaked. For top lane, they will gain a longer cooldown version of teleport for free on top of their other 2 summoner spells they have already chosen. However, if you already took teleport, it will instead get stronger, providing a large max health shield on use.
That's
you
cool.
will also get some upfront XP as well.
Okay, we've seen all the
Now
quests.
for a big thing, there are 9
Okay, we low-key seen all of them.
crystals are going to grow over the turret, and when they are attacked, is going to do large damage to the turret. Now, some big changes to turret plating. T1 turret plates are no longer going to disappear at 14 minutes. Tier 2 and 3 turrets are now going to have 3 plates. So now gold is distributed among the plates rather than when the turret's destroyed. As for Nexus turrets, when they die and respawn, they will now respawn at 40% HP instead of 100%. Demolish Room will now deal damage after you hit a turret 3 times in a row. And there's some other additional turret rules being simplified, however Riot said it pretty much behaves.
Minions and range champion. Minions and range champion. What? Minions and range champions removed from the game. Minion champions do 20% more damage to turret. What? Cringe.
The same. Full information on that is in their dev blog. Now onto vision changes and something called Phalites. These will spawn in special locations, and if you place a ward in them, then they will have a unique reveal region for 45 seconds and grant extra vision range for the ward. They will spawn in predetermined locations, with some spawning at the start of the game and more appearing when the elemental rift transforms. Additionally, yellow trinket cooldown is being reduced and red trinket sweep duration
Where is my double LP for the win?
is being increased. And also, these weeds in my opponent's spot will spawn in more places and have an increased spawn rate.
Oh boy. Nice, thank god, bro. Season 16 looking like a W. Now we are stuck with a month more of Season 15, aka worst season of all time.